All I can tell y'all is that it's about to go down. All right.
Welcome to Southeastern, Minnesota's #1 podcast for high school sports. This is Tiger Nation and Beyond with your host, straight out of Stewartville, Adam Peterson.
Hey, what's up, Tiger Nation, and welcome into Tiger Nation and Beyond. This is season number 5, episode number 37, and we are in playoffs. Playoffs? Did you say playoffs? You're darn right we are. So excited to run down what's happening here in Tiger Nation on only one channel. Only one channel. It's a Razzle Dazzle channel on YouTube. Like, subscribe, do whatever you need to do to keep supporting these amazing athletes in the greatest school of Minnesota. That's Stewartville High School, home of the Tigers. Tiger Nation, we call it here. Episode 37. Are we going to hit 40 this year? I think we might, especially once you add the Tiger Nation Awards in there. That might be number 40. We'll see how far of a run our athletes can make it. 37, 30. Maybe we make a run at 40. I appreciate you tuning in. Appreciate you being here. Let's run down what's happened here in Tiger Nation over the past, week or so. 6-7 days. Got it for you. Speaking of 6 or 7 days, had a little bit of a mishap, right? I couldn't find any boys golf statistics or scores or anything. Then somebody alerted me they had their own Twitter account. They have their own Twitter account that gave almost every single score. I'm an idiot. I apologize. You'd think that me being on Twitter that I'd be able to find that. I did not. But I did find this. You see it right here. Stewartville Boys Golf. HVL run to the title, defending HVL Conference Champions. Round 1. If you remember about girls from girls golf, 4 rounds in this. Round 1, we go out and shoot a 317. We're first overall. We have a 13-stroke lead right off the bat. Right off the bat. All 6 of our Tigers in the top 10 individually. What? Can you believe that? Incredible. We go on to round 2. We shoot 308. Narrowed our lead a little bit. Narrowed the lead, but that's okay. We still led by 8 strokes. We had 4 golfers now in the top 15. We go on to round 3. We shot 313. We did pick up a stroke in this round 3, so we're up by 9. Still in that first place. Playing well. Playing pretty well. All 6 golfers now in the top 20 after 3 rounds. Incredible. And we go to round number 4. Should I turn it for you? Conference champs, baby! We bring it home. Back to back for boys golf. Incredible. Caleb Jansen, nighty-night, zippy. Caleb Jansen takes 3rd in HVL. John Becker 5th. Austin Walker 12th. I believe all 3 of those guys mean that they're all conference. Incredible rounds of golf for the boys as they bring home conference champs. And you see them there holding the trophy. Gotta love that. Parker Wangen's there. We talked about Walker. You got the Jansen brothers. I mean, they don't quit. Jansens love to golf. There they are. Incredible. Girls golf. Their final round. Round number 4. Let's see how they did. 401. Not bad. 4th place overall. We had Rachel Bull. She was all conference, which meant she's in the top 10. I don't remember what exact place she finished in. But in round number 4, how about Lauren Howe having an outstanding round? 4th place for her. The senior shot 86. Rachel Bull 88. Elena Sickle 28th place 113. Claire Reuter 29th 114. And then Anna Howe 129, which was good for 35th place. So big thanks to Todd Lechtenberg for sending me these stats, getting them on here, letting all the golf fans that are out there in Tiger Nation see what your girls and your boys are doing. Incredible. Had some nice weather too. Boy, is the weather beautiful right now. It's Happy Memorial Day to everybody. Happy Memorial Day. This is coming out a day late because I had to work all weekend. 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. Saturday, Sunday, 7 days in a row. I get today off though, and that's why I'm recording it now. Hopefully you can play it while you're out, maybe grilling out with the family, maybe eating some hot dogs or some brats. I don't know, whatever you like to eat on Memorial Day. Incredible. What a time to be alive. Here's the girls golf team after their HVL run. 4 rounds. They're all together. Happy. They're smiling. Coach Lechtenberg's back there. He seems pretty happy. Now let's move on to baseball. I believe this was their final regular season game. I don't believe it. I almost know that it's their final regular season game. It took place on May 22nd. That's a week ago. That means Monday, I believe. Played the Bulldogs. PM Bulldogs. Historically pretty good team, right? They got that Brinkman kid. He's pretty good. Worked with his mom. She was an athletic trainer at Lourdes when I was at Mayo, so I definitely know her. Jackson Brinkman, good kid. How'd the Tigers do? let me tell you, that's what you're here for, right? We chipped away at the Bulldogs. We chipped away at these guys inning by inning, just methodical. Coach Schmidt's just putting runs on the board for our team. Let me tell you, first inning, we held PEM scoreless. Reed Neubauer would get on with his first of 3 hits on the day. Moved all the way around to third on an error by the center fielder. Colton Parker would follow with a walk. So guys on first and third. Titan Klunder hits a high fly to right field. Coach Schmitz has Neubauer tagging. Tag up, Reed. Tag up. He would score on the sacrifice fly by Klunder. It was 1-0 Tigers after 1. No runs by either team in the second, and the Bulldogs shut out again in the third in the bottom half of the third inning. Reed Neubauer again got us started off on a ground rule double. Deep right center. Ground rule double means probably bounced over the fence or went under. I don't know. I wasn't at the game. He's on second nonetheless. Colton Parker steps in the box with Neubauer standing on second, and he would drive him in with a single of his own. Awesome. Parker then would show off his wheels. Feed the cats. That's what Coach Moore says. Feed the cats. And Colton Parker's a cat. He would steal 2 bases. There was a second stolen base. He had 1 in the first inning, 1 in this inning. He added to his total here, taking second for his 3rd stolen base. Sorry. So let me back up here. I have just little notes here. I'm getting so excited. 2 stolen bases in the first inning. I misread that. 2 stolen bases in the first inning by Parker. Had a third then in the third inning. He took second base. Klunder would move him over to third on a ground ball to second base. And then Brady Pickett, he would get an RBI single left side of the field, bringing Parker in, making it 3-0 Stewartville after 3 innings. Looking good. Looking solid. PEM, though, in the 4th inning, they would score 2 runs in the top half of the inning. It made it a 1-run game. But Zach Schreiber, he would draw a walk on a full count. He would steal second, be brought all the way around by the hot-hitting Reed Neubauer. Out with the old, in with the Neubauer. An RBI single for the junior shortstop and his 3rd straight hit of the game. It gave the Tigers a 4-2 lead after 4 innings. In the bottom of the 5th, Carter Miller would rope a single to the left side of the field. He would steal second, be moved over to third on a fly ball to right field by Luke Hebel. Bo Batcher steps up and gets his 2nd hit of the game. This one an RBI single up the middle. Love him up the middle, and made it 5-2 Stewartville. Tegan Malone on the hill in relief, allowing absolutely nothing to happen for PEM. And we would get 1 more run in the 6th inning off a Colton Parker walk and a couple wild pitches allowing him to score. And that would be it. And the baseball team would get it done. They run their record to 15-5. I think Coach Schmidt says, hey, Coach Razzle, here's my nomination for Team of the Year in Tiger Nation Awards. 15-5. Incredible. Just crazy. Then they're going to be going into sections. We would get the 4 seed playing Austin. It would be Saturday at home. I'll talk to you about that game. You know I got that game for you, but let's run down the stats for PEM. 6-2 was the final score. Titan Klunder just throwing a gem. 4 innings pitched, 4 hits, 2 runs, only 1 earned, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts. He was 1 for 3 at the plate with that RBI. Also had a stolen base. Saved to Tegan Malone. 3 innings pitched, only 1 hit. 1 hit. 0 runs, 0 walks, 1 strikeout. So PEM, 2 runs on 5 hits, 2 errors. I think I got to move out of the frame for you guys to see this. Stewartville, 6 runs on 9 hits and 1 error. Just methodical. 1 in the first, 2 in the third, 1 in the fourth, 1 in the fifth, 1 in the sixth. Just keep it rolling, boys. Unbelievable. You heard me talk about Reed Neubauer. He's there on the right side of your screen. Excuse me. 3 for 4. 2 runs scored, an RBI, stolen base, and a double. That ground rule double we were talking about. Colton Parker, he was 1 for 1. 2 runs scored, an RBI, 3 stolen bases for Parker. Bo Betcher, 2 for 3 RBI. Brady Pickett, 1 for 4 RBI, stolen base, and Carter Miller, 1 for 4 with a run and stolen base. I believe my 2 guys up there are Reed Neubauer and Bo Betcher, number 11. Incredible. What a season. Stewartville softball. Oh, Coach Peterson, a little nervous. Now we're in playoffs. We got to get it run. Got to make a run here. Try to get to state. Stewartville finished up 7-9. They would earn the 5 seed. I think when they ran down the seeding, Stewartville missed out on the 4 seed, so hosting this game by like 1 point. So very close matchup here against Faribault. Let me run it down for you. This one was in Faribault. It was opening round. Stewartville bats would come out hot. Just blazing. Hot in the first inning. Elena Layton singled up the middle. Then Josie Cahoon absolutely steps on one to right field. RBI triple to get the Tigers rolling. Sidney Clark would protect the plate with 2 strikes, put the ball in play, sacrifice to get Cahoon in for our second run. Hannah Martinson start a little run with 2 outs, single to the right side. Tressa Smith walked, and then Savannah Hadim puts a rope to center field. Scored Martinson. Stewartville jumped up 3-0 before people could settle into their lawn chairs watching this game in Faribault. Falcons got absolutely nothing going in the bottom half of the inning, and Stewartville picked up where they left off the inning before. Veronica Mitchell, she singles to right field. Then Elena Layton laid just down a perfect bunt down the first base. Beat it out. We got 2 on, nobody out. Grace Elton would ground to the shortstop, who tried to get the lead runner, I think, at third. Didn't work, as we now loaded the bases. Unbelievable. Loaded bases. It was Mitchell on third, Layton on second, now Elton on first, and then my girl Hannah Martinson, big Hannah Martinson. I don't have a Hannah Martinson shirt on, but big Hannah Martinson fan here. Just had a day. She just had a day. Barrels up on one. Line drive to center field. Mitchell scores. Coach Peterson waving Layton around with her wheels. She scores. Tigers up 5-0 on the 2 RBI double by senior Martinson. Elton goes to third. Martinson on second. Smith then. Tressa Smith takes a walk, loads the bases. Grace Elton, big jump on third with a pass ball, gives us 3 in the inning, and we took a commanding 6-0 lead in the bottom of the second with one of the best young pitchers of the game on the mound, and one of the best pitchers of the maroon and gold. Unbelievable, Sydney Clark. Sydney Clark, she's incredible. You give her a 6-0 lead, it's going to be very tough to come back. Faribault, though, they would take advantage of 2 Stewartville errors to score 1 in the bottom of the second inning. It stayed 6-1 through 5 innings as the pitchers battled. Clark was saying, no more Falcons are crossing this play for as long as I'm on the mound. Top of the 6th, Josie Cahoon. She led off the inning with a walk, moved over to second on a Grace Elton single. Clark would ground one back to the pitcher, who got Cahoon for the force at third. So it was Elton on second, Clark on first with 1 out. Stop me if you've heard this one before. Hannah Martinson. She was up for Female Athlete of the Year last year. Think she's putting her name in the hat, throwing her hat in the ring, putting her name in the hat. Whatever, for another nomination this year. She was the Falcon killer on this day. Smokes one to center field. RBI double. Elton would score, and the Tigers would lead this one 7-1 as Faribault was down to their final 2 at-bats. They scored 1 in the 6th, but nothing. As the number 5 seed Stewartville pulls off a little bit of an upset, takes down number 4 Faribault with an incredibly fast start. 6 runs in the first 2 innings. Love it. Moving on, Stewartville is. Let's talk about the stats here. I think I got them somewhere here. There it is. Stewartville, the away team, 7 runs on 10 hits. 10 hits, 3 errors. Faribault only 2 runs on 6 hits. 1 error. Sydney Clark, fantastic. Complete game. 7 innings pitched, 6 hits, 2 runs. 0 of those her fault. 0 earned runs, 3 walks, 9 strikeouts as she was throwing the garbage burger, making knees buckle. That's that dirty changeup she takes like 20 miles an hour up, and you don't know it's coming. Incredible. Hannah Martinson. 3 for 4, 3 RBIs, 2 doubles, a run scored. Incredible game for the Falcon killer, Hannah Martinson. They are glad she's graduating. Grace Elton, 2 for 5 with 2 runs scored. Josie Cahoon, 1 for 4, a triple, that RBI triple, a run scored. Veronica Mitchell, 2 for 2 on the day, a double, a stolen base, a run scored. Elena Layton, 1 for 5, 2 runs scored, 2 stolen bases. Savannah Hadim, 1 for 4 with an RBI. So that means Stewartville would move on to face a perennial powerhouse in number 1 seed, Winona. And so, we will have to talk about that. But congratulations to Coach Peterson in her 2nd year. She's here with Martinson. She's here with Elton, 2 stud seniors, for her first career playoff win. Hopefully not the last. How about Haylie Strum? Let's talk about track and field for a little while. Haylie Strum. Incredible. I can't believe I didn't mention this before. There she is there, jumping over hurdles. I put it up on Twitter because I have to tell you, she broke 2 school records in the last, 10 days, okay? My tweet said it was only her 2nd time running the 200-meter dash. The Post Bulletin said it was her 1st, but I'm just going off The Athletic, which has records. It had her running the 200-meter dash at the Pine Island Varsity Invitational as a junior. So from my records, either her 1st or 2nd, doesn't matter. Impressive. She runs 26.32. She broke a record that was from 1981. How many people out there in 1981 were alive? Raise your hand. Yeah, neither was I. Incredible. Haylie Strum. Wow. 26.32. Then she sets a record. She beat Dawn Miller's record for 300-meter hurdles last year as a junior. She bests her own record by almost a near second. Almost a second. She beats it by 44.25. Is that ever going to be touched? I don't know. As a 7th grade, you see some girls, they're real fast, like freshman, sophomore year, and you see them kind of plateau. Look at Strum. Her 300 hurdles, 50.66. Then down to 49s there in 8th grade and 10th grade years. Then she shaves almost 4 seconds off from sophomore to junior year, 49 to 45. Now she's in low 44s. How good is she? So good is the dancer. Incredible. Incredible. Speaking of track and field, let's go to Caston Mantorville. Here it is, Comet KM Telecom Stadium. That's where we were running this invitational. I believe it was on the 25th, which was that Thursday? I don't know. I lose track of days when I work this many in a row. Team results. This was a smaller meet, only 3 teams. Triangular, I think they call it. Caston Mantorville would win the women's side with 72. We were only 2.5 points behind those. Stewartville 69.5. Boys, absolute demolition. 109 points, as Coach Aaron Meyer says. Show me triple digits and we'll win it. And that's what they did. Awesome. Girls results. Let's run down some of the top finishers. We had a lot of them. Haylie Minnick in the 100-meter dash took second. See, 13.69. That's a PR for her. Claire Olson Spencer Nagel, the 7th grader, came in 6th and 7th. In the 200-meter dash, we had Olivia Meyer, the sophomore, ran 29.36. That was her best of the season. In the 400-meter dash, Audrey Schindler finally went under a minute. You know, she's bringing that time down at the perfect calendar date because sections are coming up. We'll talk about that in a little bit. She took second place, 59.51, 3/100ths of a second behind first place. We also had Addie Walterman, heck of an 8th grade year for Walterman, 1:06.93 was her time. In the 800-meter run, Nora Campbell, the sophomore, traditionally 1,600 and 3,200, ran the 800 here, took 4th place, 2:37 was her time. In the 1,600-meter run, yep, this is where Campbell's outstanding. 5:44, that's her best ever. And she's had some pretty good runs. That's good for second place. Luella Geechee, 5:51. That's third place. Kaylee Doherty in fifth place, 6:06. 100-meter hurdles. Strum's trying all sorts of events. She goes 16:15 in the 100-meter hurdles. Beats this second place girl by a second and a half. There's only 100 meters. She beat her by a second and a half. That's like a mile. It's not a mile, but it's definitely a big jump. Anna Myrie, 19:09, good for 5th place. So 2 seniors in the top 5. 300-meter hurdles. Grass is green, sky is blue. Haylie Strum takes first place in the 300 hurdles, 45:48 for the senior, as she's been fantastic. Fantastic. We also had Keely Steele, her partner in crime, her backcourt partner in crime, since Bonner Elementary. That's what I said in one of the intros. I think it was against... Oh, who was it against? Good? No, it wasn't Good. He was the other one. But anyway, Keely Steele, 57:47 300-meter hurdles. I like that she's out for track. She played soccer and basketball. 3-sport athlete this year. Talk about another girl. We're kind of previewing Tiger Nation Awards. Talk about another girl that wants to be in that conversation for Female Athlete of the Year, Keely Steele. 4x100 team of Megan Urban, Haylie Strum, Keely Steele, Claire Olson went 51:37. That was good for second place in the 4x1. The 4x2, Audrey Schindler, Keely Steele, Avery Spencer, Claire Olson won this one by 3 seconds over our second team, who was also outstanding. Two houses, Caden Strum, younger sister, Olivia Meyer, 1:54 was their time. 4x400 meter. Anna Ask, Ellie Ask, Sadie Coleman, Carolyn Gustafson ran really well for Caston Mantorville. Stewartville's second team here. Took second place. Meyer, Clement, Spencer, Schindler, 4:25.61 was their time. In the medley relay, they alter different distances here. We had Spencer Nagel, Caden Strum, Megan Urban, Abby Langseth running this one, 4:55.40. Don't quote me on how they break this up. I don't know if it's an 800, a 400, 200s or something like that. I can't remember exactly, but it's something along those lines. Shot put, we had a 6th place finish by sophomore Jada Raymaker, 24 feet 2 inches. In the discus, Anna Cummins, 92 feet 4 inches, good for second place. Haylie Minnick just won the 100-meter dash. Now she takes top 3 in the discus, 89.02. That's a PR for her. In the high jump, Audrey Schindler. She's a superstar. Wins this one 5 feet even. Olivia Meyer went 4.8. That was good for 4th place. Taylor Clement 4.6. That was good for 6th. In the pole vault, Megan Urban. I think she's on the honor roll for the state for her top jumps. 9 feet in this one. That would win it. Brianna Train, 7 feet 6 inches. And then Alex Lennon and Izzy Shy, 7 feet 6 inches, tied for 5th place. In the log jump, Megan Urban, 15 feet 2.5 inches, won this one. Urban did. And then we had 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th. Minnick, Myrie, Raymaker, Nagel. You can see them all in that 14-foot range. Then we talk about the boys' results. Sad news. I'm devastated here. Peyton Byrne, I don't know, the paper said he's out for the season. They did a nice article on Tor Lunis, who's been having a fantastic year, throwing heavy things. But really sad here. Peyton Byrne is out for now. I don't know the severity of the injury. Hopefully he can come back for sections and maybe make a run for state on one leg. I don't know if anybody can do it. It's a Byrne. His brother Shane came back essentially on one leg at the end of the football season and then went on in track and ended up winning a state championship with, was it in shot or discus? It was in one of those. Incredible. Anyway, let's run down the boys' results. Grayson Schneider. This guy is like a 6'2", 230-pound defensive end linebacker. He runs 11.76 to win this one. Incredible. Nolan Light, Jack Buntrock, Taryn Conlon, all around that 12-second mark went 3-4-5. In the 200-meter dash, our top finisher, Jack Buntrock, 24-28. That's good for fourth place as he's working back from his own knee injury. 400-meter, we went 1-2-4-5. Incredible. Only one Comet got in the middle there. Ben Hagan won this one 54-40. Noah Root 55-19. That was his PR. Caleb Goff, the senior, 58-60. Isaiah Fitzgerald 59-03. In the 800-meter run, we had a fifth place finisher in Jack Owen. The eighth grader ran 2:14.37. In the mile, Wrigley Miller 5:05. That's his best of the year. It was good enough to win this one by 3 seconds. Incredible by the freshman. 3,200-meter run, Josh Langseth, Isaiah Fitzgerald went 2:3. 10 minutes, 11 seconds for Langseth. That's his best run ever. Fitzgerald went 10:45. In the 110 hurdles, Cam Thompson and 17.6 beat I was going to say classmate, but they're not in the same class. Beat teammate Luke Eastman 17.86 by 26/100ths of a second. Riley Shield 20.58 was good for fifth place. 300 hurdles. Cam Thompson and 44.92. We also had guys in fourth and fifth with Luke Eastman and Colton DeCook. Then in the relays, 4x100, we took second place. Grayson Schneider, Charlie Wood, Logan Johnson, Dylan Scanlon, 44.48, just 4/10 behind the winning team by Casson Manorville. Stewartville 4x2 though. Look at this. First, second, third. Coliano, Wood, Johnson, Scanlon, Nelson, Wellick, DeCook, House, Struhar, Meyer, Ackman, Klingerman. Incredible. Just run the table, Stewartville. 4x4, we took first and third. Our team of Root, DeCook, Hance, and Nelson went 3:48, though. That's the team that won it. In that distance, or the medley relay, we would take third place. Hagan, Goff, Miller, Langseth, 4:03.40. Castor Manorville was moving on this one. They would win. Shot put, I talked about him. Tor Lunis, nice article in the paper about him and Strum. Tor Lunis, incredible. 48 feet 2 inches. Grayson Schneider, who just won the 100-meter dash, takes second in the shot. 45 feet 11 inches. Jamie Hart, 43 11 inches. Ridge Hats, friend of the program, 38 feet 4 inches. Tommy Lofgren, how about this 8th grader? I think his first varsity meter, at least the first time I've caught his name here. 38 feet 2 inches. So the future is bright with Schneider, Hart, Hats, Lofgren, all still coming back yet. Plenty of eligibility. In the discus, Tor Lunis won by 43 feet, and the guy threw a PR, and Tor Lunis still won 169 feet even. We also had Tommy Lofgren. There he is again, 115 feet 8 inches. Ridge Hats 113.4, and Lincoln Doobie 111.10. So 4 of the top 6 discus throwers from Tiger Nation, baby. Speaking of top 4, how about this? Stewartville, 1, 2, 3, 4. Anderson wins the high jump, 6 feet 4 inches. Dylan Hoot, 5'10". Jason Schindler, 5'8". Sawyer Wood, 5'6". In the pole vault, John Coliano's been doing fantastic this year, 11 feet. Eli Shy, 10 feet 6 inches. That was good for second place. Dylan Hoot, PR 10 feet, and then Madden Ackman 9 feet 6 inches. In the long jump, we had 5 of the top 6 finishers. Dylan Scanlon would win it 19 feet 11 inches, then Sawyer Wood, Malik Abdi, Nolan Light, Taryn Conlon went 3, 4, 5, 6 respectively. Triple jump, again 5 of the top 6. Carter Anderson, he's got springs in his legs, 40 feet 11 and 1/2 inches. That's his PR. Lucas Nelson, 38 feet 2 inches. The freshman took second place. Then we had Eastman, Struhart, and Johnson, 4, 5, and 6. Go back to softball, playoffs, playing Winona. Heck of a team. Winona's a good team. They got it right there in the first 3. They do a lot of winning. Stewartville struggled in this one. Not much to talk about. Unfortunately, the final score, no! 17-3, but good thing for Stewartville, it's double elimination. Winona would score 4 runs in the first, 3 runs in the second, and then the wheels came off for Stewartville in the fourth as Winona would score 10. They were up 70-0. Stewartville, though, continued to fight. 3 runs in the top of the fifth, but it wasn't enough. The run rule was in effect, 17-3. So Stewartville, 3 runs on 7 hits, 4 errors. Winona 17 runs on 18 hits and 1 error. In terms of our batting, Grace Elton 2 for 3, 2 doubles, an RBI, and a run scored. You see her there on the right side standing on second. Familiar territory with 2 doubles. Elena Layton 1 for 3 with a run scored. Sydney Clark on the left side of your, I don't know if it's on the left side of your screen. It's on the left side of my screen. Sydney Clark 2 for 2. Tressa Smith 1 for 2 with 2 stolen bases. That would move us on to the elimination bracket. So we lost the first game. Now it's win or go home, and we would take on Red Wing, the 6th seed Red Wing. We were sitting at 8-10 after a win against Faribault, and then the loss against Winona put us at 8-10 going up against Red Wing. I don't know their record off the top of my head. I usually just pay attention to our side anyway. Let me tell you about this one. Sydney Clark got the start in this game. It was back-to-back games. We went from playing Winona right away to playing Red Wing. Red Wing would beat Austin. That's how they landed in this game. Red Wing led things off and got 1 run in the first inning as Stewartville went down 1-2-3 on all strikeouts. The Wingers would put up a couple more runs in the top of the second. They took a 3-0 lead. Started getting nervous, right? But Stewartville would get on the board in the bottom of the second as Hannah Martinson was hit by a pitch with 1 out. Tressa Smith sacrificed herself with a bunt to move Martinson over to second. And then Savannah Hadeen hits a hard grounder to the left side. That scored Martinson. It was 3-1 Red Wing after 2. Oh, I should have brought some water down here. What am I thinking? Clark settled in, got a 1-2-3 inning herself with the last 2 outs coming by way of strikeout. Tigers would pop the top in the bottom of the third. Pour all those runs out. Red Wing just couldn't stop them. Let me tell you about it. Mitchell reaches on an air. Layton lays down a beautiful bunt down the first baseline. Cahoon then another perfect bunt single to load the bases. So you got Mitchell on third. Layton on second, Cahoon on first. Catcher Grace Elton smashes one to left field. Mitchell scores. Layton scores. Cahoon over to third. Elton, a huge 2 RBI double. We tied the game up at 3. Sydney Clark hits one hard at the shortstop. Out at first base, but not before Cahoon would score. And courtesy runner Haylie Learman moves over to third with only 1 out. Learman would then score on a pass ball, now making it 5-3 Stewartville. Tressa Smith would get on with a single up the middle. And Savannah Hadeen doesn't mess around, doesn't wait to watch any pitches. She picks the first one and absolutely sends it into orbit. Her first home run of the season, a 2-run shot for Hadeen. That made it 7-3 Stewartville after 3 innings. Neither team scored in the 4th, and Red Wing was blanked in the top of the 5th. And Coach Peterson and the girls must have wanted to go home early, because they put together something a little special here, up 7-3, right? Hannah Martinson starts us off with a double. Tressa Smith drives her in with a single to center, then moves over on a pass ball. Savannah Hadeen having a day for herself, having a day, hits one up the middle. Smith scores. Hadeen now has, I think, 4 RBIs. Incredible. Cammie Elson hits a fly ball that gets dropped. Elson on first, Hadeen on third. Hadeen would score on a pass ball. Elson went all the way around to third base. Veronica Mitchell then hits a fly ball to right field, deep enough for Elson to tag, score on the sacrifice fly. It is now 11-3 Stewartville with only 1 out in the inning. Layton then would double to left field. Cahoon follows up with an RBI single to center. Grace Elton gets her second hit of the game, a line drive to right field this time, moving Cahoon all the way over to third. And all we needed was 1 run to shut this down. Cahoon would score on a pass ball, and that game was over. 10-run rule in effect. Stewartville wins it and keeps their playoff hopes alive. Final score 13-3. Good guys, or well, in this case, good girls. Incredible. Sydney Clark, 5 innings pitched, 4 hits, 3 runs, only 2 earned, 1 walk, another 9 strikeouts. I think that means she has 18 strikeouts in the 2 games she's pitched in the playoffs. Incredible. Savannah Hadeen, 3 for 3 for Hadeen, the queen. One of the best lefties you've ever seen, except she doesn't hit left-handed, but I think she throws left-handed. It's all weird. You can't keep track for. She shoots left-handed. I don't wonder what she might eat right-handed. I don't know. Anyway, she was 3 for 3, home run, 4 RBIs, 2 runs scored. Elena Layton. So you see Hadeen and Layton up there. Elena Layton 3 for 4, a double, 2 runs scored, a stolen base. Josie Cahoon 2 for 4, 2 runs scored, an RBI. Grace Elton, our catcher, 2 for 4, 2 double and 2 RBIs. Tressa Smith 2 for 2, 2 runs scored, an RBI. Hannah Martinson 1 for 2, a double and 2 runs scored. So you see it's Stewartville, 13 runs on 13 hits, 0 errors. Am I out of the way far enough? And then Red Wing 3 runs on 4 hits and 3 errors as Stewartville stays alive, and I'll tell you where they go next. But before I do that, baseball in the playoffs. You heard me talk that they drew the 4 seed, which means we hosted this one. It was Saturday while I was working. What was it, like an 11 a.m. game? Looked like beautiful weather. 15-5 Stewartville was going up against the Austin Packers, who were the 5 seed. This one took place on in Tiger Nation. Tough to beat the Tigers in Tiger Nation, no matter what sport you're talking about. Let's talk about this game. We got two guys on at the bottom of the first, but it was scoreless after one. In the second inning, Brady Pickett started us off with a double to left center. He got moved over by Jace Klug and scored on a ground ball by Zach Schreiber to give the Tigers a 1-0 lead after two. Titan Clunder, like a dealer in Las Vegas, was dealing on the mound, just lights out. Austin held scoreless through 6 innings. In the bottom half of that inning, with one out, Colton Parker walked, moved over to second on a balk. Titan Clunder reached base on an error by the shortstop, and that means Parker moved over to third. So first and third, Brady Pickett put one on the ground. Another Austin error allowed Parker to score. Clunder moves to second, Pickett on first. Jace Klug smoke one to the left side. Clunder would score. Pickett to third. Klug RBI double, putting Stewartville up 3-0 after 6. Clunder made his way out to the mound, just walks out there, just muscles bulging, saying, I'm not just going to shut the door on the Packers season, I'm going to slam it shut, as he blanks them. 3-0 was the final score. Stewartville moving on in the championship bracket as they get the 3-0 win. And you got to think, Coach Smith, here's Coach Conger, they all got to be pretty happy standing there watching this game. Titan Clunder, how about him? Complete game, 2-hitter, no runs scored, 3 walks, 6 strikeouts for the senior. Brady Pickett, 1 for 3, a double and run scored. Jace Klug, 2 for 3 on the day with a double and RBI. Owen Sitkin, good to see him back. Hopefully that hamstring's healthy. 1 for 2. Reed Neubauer, 1 for 3. Colton Parker, a run scored. Zach Schreiber, that RBI. Where does that put us? Here's the bracket. So we beat Austin. Northfield beat Faribault. That means Stewartville versus Northfield. This is going to happen May 30th, which is tomorrow. Tomorrow, 5 p.m., Dundas Memorial Field. If you're a baseball fan and you don't have to work like some of us, you go watch that game. Incredible. That will move whoever into the semifinal action. So Stewartville, Northfield 1-4. Seeds held tight as Byron Red Wing are on the other side of the bracket. If baseball, I wrote this down. I had to actually write notes here. Baseball. If they win, you see it here, they play June 3rd at 11 o'clock. That's in Red Wing as it goes to neutral territory, unless I guess they're playing 2-seed Red Wing. If they lose, they play June 1st at 5 p.m. And because the higher seed hosts this, Stewartville is locked into the higher seed. It will be June 1st, 5 p.m. at Stewartville. It will be against the winner of Cass and Manorville versus Winona. But hopefully that's a moot point. Hopefully they take out Northfield and move on to the 11 o'clock game on June 3rd. Let's talk about some other things. Softball also plays tomorrow. You heard they kept their playoff run alive. This one's against Cass and Manorville. This one will be played in Austin, 4 p.m. game time. It's win or go home now as we're in the elimination bracket. If we win, we take on the loser of Byron Winona, who's still up there with no losses. Byron Winona loser will come down, and we would play back-to-back games at 6 o'clock if we can pull it off against the Comets. What else is coming up for playoffs? I'm glad you asked. You actually didn't, but I'm going to tell you anyway. Track and field starts individual sections June 1st and 3rd. That is at Lakeville. I believe that starts early, 9 a.m. Golf, boys and girls golf. It's back-to-back days, May 30th, so tomorrow, and then Wednesday, May 31st, at Northern Hills here in Rochester. Boys and girls golf will do their section tournament to see who goes to state. Let's get a couple people, girls, boys, let's get a couple of them to state. Hopefully, track and field's always interesting to watch. I love following along with that, and hopefully I can do that. But I think that's it. I think that's all I have to run down. So we got softball playoffs tomorrow. We got baseball playoffs. We got track and field. It's a busy week. I better stay on top of it if I want to bring you a lot of action there in episode 38, which is coming out. Should be next Sunday, I would imagine. I don't know. Brooklyn's got a tournament coming up, so we'll see when we can get that out. I'll get it out as soon as I can, though. I'll promise you that. But that's going to do it here. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for all the support, the people that are sending pictures and information my way that we can put on the Tiger Nation and Beyond podcast so that we can highlight these incredible student athletes that we have here in Stewartville. Nobody better. No place better than Tiger Nation, Stewartville. You see the Tiger is like almost centered right there on Minnesota, but we put the nation in the background because there's people that support this movement all over the country. Everybody loves Stewartville. How can you not? How can you not? I think that's all I got for you, though. I appreciate you tuning in. Thanks for continuing to watch and support the podcast, which ultimately supports our student athletes, our coaches, and the teams and the programs here in Stewartville. Speaking of programs, before I let you leave, I got to give a shout out to the choir. What an incredible concert they put on. I don't know if they call that the senior concert or what, because I saw juniors. I saw some athletes in the choir too. I saw Aiden Helder was up there. I think Neubauer was up there. Colton Parker in John Deere green. Letters 3 foot high. And the whole town said that he should have used red, but it looked good to Charlene in John Deere green. Yeah, Colton Parker pulled that off. I think Brady Pickett had a solo. Just amazing. Love to see those athletes. Multi-talented, not just sports. That was fun to watch. I caught the YouTube thing. I think somebody pulled it down for copyright. I don't know about that. Probably the same people that are pulling down my football games that I announced. I don't know, a bunch of criminals out there. Leave it up. Leave that entertaining stuff up. That's all I got for you. Hopefully you muted that rendition of John Deere Green. Colton Parker probably did a much better job than I did. That's all I got for you here. Season number 5, episode number 37 for Tiger Nation and beyond. It's in the book. Slam it shut, and we'll see you next week with playoff action, playoff results. As always, until next time, remember you're never wrong to do the right thing. Take care, Tiger Nation.